Just a little early thing. We're doing. I won't be doing this for long. It's only for people who actually want to help me out here. We don't have to use official categories to sort these. But well, just whatever, you know. I sorted some of them already. Let's go back up to the top here. These are the categories that I have so far. I put some in arcade, some in fighting, some in game shows. I didn't put anything in the horror or platformers yet, or the RPGs. I have sports and then wrestling. Now, I think I looked up that 40 Winks is a platformer. I'm trying to do this, you know, not just official, but how I would like it to look, and I am not 100% sure on how I want to do that. Like, Alien Trilogy is, I guess, considered a first-person shooter, because it's like Doom, I guess. But do I want to call them FPSs, or do I want to call them something else? Yeah, I'm still going to stream later. Technically, it could go in horror, because I started a horror category. And then what about Duke Nukem? I've read that only on one of the PlayStation sites that has all the games listed, only one of the Duke Nukem games is actually a first-person shooters. The other two are like action shooters. And Oni's here too. RFC Bass is first, and Raphael, yeah. So I'm just debating on how I want to sort them. Like, should Dukes of Hazzard go in racing games, or should they just go in a funny category that we could just call crap games, or schlock games, or terrible games, you know? So you guys can help me decide on how we should sort these. Also, I could show you something else I did. So you know how I was saying that Parap the Rapper might not play well on HD TV. Yeah, it's a chore. Alphabetically? No, we're not, I don't want to do it alphabetically. No, I don't want to do it alphabetically. So, but you know, I was saying that Parap the Rapper doesn't play well on an HD TV. There's going to be lag. So my next thing is I'm doing is just for those games and those games only. I can play them on my PS1, and this memory card now is whatever you call it that lets you play hacked games, burned games. So I successfully burned a copy of Parap the Rapper. And it plays on here. But that becomes another issue. This PS1 will play regular games with no problems. No issues at all. Burn games, the FMV will be choppy unless I stand it on its side. Kind of like how my old PS1 would do, because it had issues. But it did it with official games. This one only does it with burn games. Kind of sucks, but other people were mentioning the same thing. You know, for regular games, their PS1 plays fine, no problems. But for burn games, they have to turn it on its side. I don't know what causes that, but, you know. And I just dropped my controller, didn't I? That's what I dropped, the CD. Why not just emulate? Why? I mean, we have all the PS1 games right here on my PS3. Plus, I can do a few burn games on the PS1. Why not? The laser sled is plastic and is worn away. The alignment is effed up, so when turned on its side or upside down, it could focus better. You know, I should have returned my first PS1. We really should have. But we never did. I don't know if it was already past the return time. But I know I had Road Rash, it played fine. We had Gex, it played fine. And then some months later, we got Destruction Derby 2. And then the FMB started being choppy. And I didn't know why. And maybe I didn't know the PlayStation was messed up at the time. But eventually, you know, on trial and error, I figured out playing it on its side fixed the issue. So we just said, okay, screw it. We'll just play it on its side. And that was back in, like, what, 1996 or something. Or 1997 or somewhere around in there. When I had my first PlayStation. Could have been 96. But the PlayStation, well, it could also something that could be with the burn games too. I'm not sure though. It could be what you're talking about with the alignment and the plastic is worn away. But since it does play like regular games with no issues and no choppiness, it could be also partly burn games. But I don't know. Yeah, I think my first PS1 did have the good output on the back. I think it had, you know, the composite output on the back. What is your suggested game? Unholy War? Yeah, I think it worked. I could give it a quick test here in a minute. I think I tested everything at least once. We could sort these in a second. We're not playing no games right now. We're not going to play any games right now. We'll do the PS1 play day another day. We can go back and do these games another day. But I can at least just let him see that it does play. And I can also show you that these games don't sort in folders like I would like, because Webman Games just doesn't do it that way. Well, then our SD card reader, it's pretty cool. It's I got to refresh it first. Hold on, let's refresh it. I got to go to Webman Setup and Setup. No, not this one. I didn't need that one. I need to go back one. Back one. Do this one here. This one here. That's going to log me out. And I guess it did it all by itself. So now they should be sorted. These are the unsorted ones up here. Down below will be the sorted ones. But they won't be in folders, though, because unfortunately it just doesn't work that way. But they're going to have like little symbols next to them. Like I put these for arcade. Would you call Irritating Stick arcade? I think it was arcade. Because it's on main. Is that arcade? Not really. And I put these in fighting. And game shows. And sports. And wrestling. I wasn't sure about Celebrity Deathmatch, if it should be considered wrestling or fighting. But I have a funny feeling it's more related to wrestling. The official PlayStation site calls it fighting. But it's in a ring. What was that game called? Unholy War?
I'm going to be very upset if in 2 years from now I don't walk out into our parking lot and see 40 Ferraris. Like, I'm going to be really mad.
Let's just make sure it plays.
We don't have $1 billion in the bank like all these guys.
So frustrating being all out of order. It all started because I wanted all the game show games together. That's what all this started from. I wanted all the game show games together and not scattered. When I said, well, if I do the game show games, then we should just do all categories. No, I think it's less than that. It's less than a terabyte, unfortunately. Okay, I think we're not getting any audio, but I think I might know what the issue is. It's that port on the back of the TV. That's replugged in. That does it. I think I might need a better digital cable. Cheap one, kind of. I keep having to unplug it and plug it back in every so often. Once I plug it back in, it's good for a while. Might not be the cable. Yeah, this one plays okay. You can see. There, I said we won't play anything, so yeah, it works. A cozy games category. I don't have a cozy game. What would be considered a cozy game? I can show you how big the hard drive is. It's not as big as you would hope because it's the built-in hard drive. You know, it's not that big. But, you know, we have a bunch of PS3 games and a bunch of... but it's mostly all PS1 games and a few PS3 games. But we don't have much left. We only got like 3.8 gigabytes, looks like. Out of, yeah, what would that be? About a 150, 160 gigabyte drive. Treasures of the Deep. Is that a PS1 game? I'll have to download it. I think I don't have any more room for PS3 games. I think I'm out of luck, out of room for that. Well, what I will do is we'll just download it right now off the site. I have room, since I have 3 gigabytes, I can add another PS1 game or two. If I, you know, I have room for that, but not much else. If you guys want me to add a whole bunch of more stuff, I'm probably going to have to get an external hard drive with an external enclosure, and don't want to put money towards that just yet because bills are piling up. So Treasures of the Deep USA. There we go. And I'll add it later. There we go. Now let's go back to doing these categories, shall we? So let's go back into Multi-Man. Wild Arms. Yes, I think we have Wild Arms. If I had it now, mister. It takes a little bit of work because then I got to find the picture for it too. I have a whole folder full of you know, front artwork that I downloaded off the internet, and then I have to match up the number off the PlayStation site and find the artwork. Well, it's a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. Oops, I went back too far here. Actually, I could just move this. I gotta move it anyway so you guys can see. I got my webcams off. Let's go back into PSX ISO. Okay, horror. Well, for sure, you know, the Silent Hill and Resident Evils are gonna go in horror for sure. But what else? You know, I don't know. I don't know if we should break up stuff like the Alien trilogy, which in Doom, which are technically first-person shooters, but could be considered horror. Hell. What I've been doing is I just, I cut it. And then we go back up. And then paste. Now they're in there. Almost a Jill sandwich. Is that Chris's blood? How many Telerico Studios needs its own folder? Was that around in PS1 days, or was that just PS2? Nightmare Creatures, would that be horror? Okay, let's see. I'm debating, do I want the Alien games in shooters or horror? And what about Castlevania? Would that be horror? That'd be horror, right? I think, is it platformers, or would you rather have it in horror? Clock Tower's horror. Forgot about that, Clock Tower. GS! Hey, you missed me yesterday, GS. We gave this arcade stick a good thorough running through on MAME yesterday. Works pretty good. Treasures of the Deep is really good. Was Telerico Studios music? You know what? Let's just put Castlevania in horror. Why not? And then let's see. Let's just do it our way. Screw it. Let's just put the Alien games in horror. And Doom. Let's just do it my way. I would call it our way, but you guys haven't agreed with me yet. What's In the Hunt? I don't know what that is. And where do I put the Kingsfield games? What about Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver? Is that horror? What about Lucifer Ring? What was that again? We played that. What about Medieval? Is that horror? Here's Nightmare Creatures. Is Metal Slug's daddy. Okay, gotcha. What's the Purple Crown thing? It's a new thing. It explains it up above if you click on Community. And if you click the question mark in the corner. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges and live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages. Or send super chats and super stickers. That's it. Cash prizes. Techno's Deception is horror? Okay. Shadow Man? I don't know where to put Shadow Man. Spawn the Eternal. Spider. Is that horror? What do you guys think? I need help here. There's your Wild Arms. It's in the list there. Shadow Man. Horror. We'll just do these now so I don't mess up here. We can do more later. And paste. Parasite Eve is horror? I thought, well, actually, I can't sort those. Those were done differently. It's unfortunate, but because of I had to make them package games because they're multiple disc games, they're not in this folder, and I can't even attempt to put them in this folder because they won't even show up on the main page. So they're going to be their own thing altogether, unfortunately. I wish I could put everything together, but it just won't let me. Parasite Eve is not in this one. Okay. Since I only have like 2 pinball games, do you think I should just put those in arcade? Do we really need a separate pinball category? Well, we won't be here but maybe an hour or so, maybe. I don't know. Let's see, where's the other one at? Where's the other one? What's it called? Time Shock? Time Shock. Well, it's actually under Pro Pinball, Time Shock. Just put those in arcade. Okay, we know 40 Winks is platformer, and I'm assuming that Ape Escape is probably a platformer. Chicken Run, probably a platformer. Crash Bash, isn't that like a board game? Can't count that one. What are platformers? Probably Disney's arcade action game. I guess it's platformer. Oh, I think I do have the Kiss Pinball. We'll have to do that one too. Let's see. E.T. Possibly a platformer. We're just guessing. I'm just guessing on some of these. I don't remember what In the Hunt is. Jumping Flash. I guess since you're jumping around, it's a platformer. Any of these crap games, I guess we'll just call them platformers for the time being. Maybe, I think even this, I don't know if that's a platformer or not. We'll put all crap games in there too. Even if they don't belong. I think even that's a platformer. One, I don't remember what one is. Let's see. Pepsi Man is a running game. But would it be considered a platformer? Or what would you rather call it, a racing game? Oh, Quake should go in horror too, I think. Since I'm just doing it my way. Rayman's definitely a platformer. I don't remember what Rollaway is, or I don't even remember what Sexy Paradius was. Smurfs, probably platformer. South Park. That South Park is more like a shooter game. Honestly. What is Space Jam? I think it was a basketball game. I should go in sports. Well, let's put that in platformer because I don't know where to put it. Spiral's platformer. Not sure about. I don't know about Spider. I don't know. Spider horror. Three Stooges. I don't know. I don't know where to put Three Stooges. Tony Hawk go in sports, or would you? Or should I put it in racing? Vigilante 8. Instead of racing games, I could just call them car games. Cars. That's why it covers racing and stuff like Twisted Metal. Just vehicles, you know, cars. Did we ever get that Switch stream? No, we have not got the Switch stream. I was only going to do the Switch stream when we finally do Breath of the Wild, but I just don't know if anybody really wants me to do Breath of the Wild. Honestly. Xena, probably platformer. And let's just do it. Did I get more games? Not yet. I don't have room for more games yet. Okay, maybe we'll just, well, is Blazing, what is Blazing Dragons? Where are we gonna put that in? Let's see what that one website calls it. Blazing Dragons is considered an adventure game. It's probably not an RPG, but it is voiced by Terry Jones and Cheech Martin. Some people think it's a crap game, and some think it's a great game. Guide your young dragon by fending off rival dragons, solving puzzles. Maybe we'll put it in platformers, I don't know. Point and click. Yeah, Kiss Pinball was a PS1 game where you could eject the game CD, insert your favorite audio CD. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, you know what Monster Rancher did, don't you? Or at least Monster Rancher 2. You on the there's a place where you can go and to create a monster. And one way is to eject the game CD, put in it any of your favorite music CDs, and based on like the track length and everything, it would generate a random monster. Sometimes it'd be really rare, cool ones, but just about every CD I had wasn't anything rare except for maybe one of them. So, well, Breath of Fire is definitely RPG. Do we have any more RPGs in here? Let's see. Because the RPGs are mainly all in another folder. This could technically be the only RPG in here. I don't know. What about Kingsfield? Is that RPG? Legend of Legia, I think, is RPG. And Legend of Mana would call it RPG. This is probably not the stream some of you were hoping for. You guys were probably hoping for something else. Let's see. Rhapsody, I think, is an RPG. Shimigami Tensei, I think, is an RPG. Tale Concerto, is that an RPG? Tales of Fantasia is probably an RPG. Let's see what the website says. Tale Concerto is an action-adventure game. It's not an RPG. But what about the other one? What was it? Tales of Fantasia? Wait, Tales of Fantasia is a translated game, so that means I gotta go to the Japanese game. Tales of Fantasia is an RPG. A translated RPG. Yeah, it's a hangout stream. Point and click adventure starring Cheech Marin, and yeah. So we'll take off. Uh-oh, I think it all unclicked itself. No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't unclick itself. Okay, it's right out to start over. Tales of Fantasia, and that might be it for RPG. I don't remember what Xanac was. Movies and TV. Well, if I did that, then the Simpsons wrestling game and the Simpsons game and all that would have to be put back into another folder. Let's see about Xanac. Xanac is an action shooter. No, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. I just have to think about it. I'm putting thought to it. You know, I'm so undecisive about things. I have to think about it. Because a lot of stuff that probably in platformers probably doesn't need to be in platformers. But what is movies and TV? Is Chicken Run based on a cartoon? Probably is, and her this and that and this and that, Smurfs and everything. Well, that's point and click as well, Beavis and Butthead. So I guess we could have a point and click category. Why not? Point and click. Where do I find symbols? Probably want a symbol, right? What do you think? Point and... You know, it's going to be a small category, probably. Not unless a few of these others are point and click and I don't realize it. So point and click for this one. And point and click for that one. All right, that's two more down. We need another category for games that have cars in them. Could call it Cars and Racing. Or Vehicles and Racing, or something like that. Because Destruction Derby is partly racing. Oops, how to do that? Can we get back to... There we go. I don't really like the word Cars and Racing. That sounds kind of stupid. But I don't want us to call it. Racing and destruction. I don't know. Well, I can always rename it later. You can rename it later. So, what's going to go in there? Take Destruction Derbies. Driver. Dukes of Hazzard. What about horse racing? I guess that's racing, right? Or would that go in sports? Gran Turismos. Hooters Road Trip, is that racing? No idea. Ridge Racer, Road Rash, South Park Rally. Star Wars Demolition. Hooters is racing. Horses more sports. Tony Hawk. See, that's the one where I can't debate if it should go in sports or if it should go in racing. You're not technically racing. But it's not really a sport either. Well, it is a sport, but it's more like esports. But I guess we'll put it in sports. I don't know. It seems like it doesn't feel right for sports either. It just doesn't feel right. I can always recategorize these at a later date. Wait, no, not sports. Gosh, I had my brain going. X Games, yeah, but I don't know if I have anything else though besides that. That would be X Games related. I'd hate to just have one game. That would be X game related and just have I hate to have one game categories. Yeah, Kiss Pinball needs to go in pinball category. Or no, I put it in arcade. I could have a separate one for pinball. Oh well. Wait a minute. What did I do? Did I just click copy or what did I do? The option's not there now. What did I just do? Still here, right? I forgot to click cut. I could call it arcade and pinball. I like that. Arcade and pinball. This is the worst PS1 game I've ever seen. Man, you haven't seen enough PS1 games. Well, Croc. That should be considered platformer, right? You know, they could also be like adventure games. Oh, Crash Team Racing didn't go in the racing one. Oops. These categories suck too. Folder organizer craft. Yeah. Couldn't even say that correctly. Crash Team Racing is going to go in racing. Wait, it didn't do it right again. Hold on. Must have forgot to hit cut again. Yeah. You almost got me. Alright. Oh, I didn't put Crash Bandicoot in the platformers. That's a platformer. Skip right over that one. You know, some of these in the platformers might not be platformers. I just didn't know where to put them. Platformers and crap games. Some of them could be in a different category altogether. They might be more like adventure games. Wait, once again I didn't do it right. Go. No, it's not possible to do it from a PC. I don't think so. Well, no, it actually wouldn't be, because you know how long it took me to copy all these to a flash drive? And my flash drive's only like 14 or like 16 gigabytes or something. This one right here, I don't remember how big it is. It's not very big at all. And these games probably equal a lot more than that. I probably would have to drag over maybe like 20 games at a time out of the like over 100 we have. And it takes me close to an hour to drag them all over to the flash card. Then it takes a long time to put them back on the PS3. So it would take longer if I did it on the PC. If I would have sorted them ahead of time, that'd have been different. We didn't do that. Okay, Double Dice would be like puzzle games. But I don't know how many puzzle games we have in. Puzzle games and... How about puzzle games and party games? Because board games, party games. Because I hear like Crash Bash is like a game show game in a way. No, actually, I think I put. No, that's a board game. It was South Park. That's a game show game. I think. And maybe we have enough for that then. Because we have Poi Poi, which is a party game. And this is a puzzle game. Tecmo Stacker's puzzle game. Pepsi Man. Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. I asked the chat that earlier. Where should I put Pepsi Man? Because I'm kind of just playing this by ear, you know, and we're not really. These categories are not too serious. You know, I'm kind of not doing officially, because some of these platformers might not be platformers. kind of doing how I would like to see it, but then I don't know if it's, you know, good enough. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Devil Dice, that'd be puzzle. So let's make another category. Guess we'll just call it puzzle and party games. Puzzle and party. P&P. Yeah, I was debating where to put Pepsi Man. I still don't know. So let's see here. Crash Bash, I guess I've heard is like Mario Party. That's a puzzle game. And I think we decided to put Gallop Racer in sports because it's a sports. I'll Gex could go on platforms. It's a you know, it's a sport, I guess. Sports racing is a sport. I don't know where to put Kingsfield. Kingsfield is like an RPG, but it's like a big action RPG. Maybe we should go on RPGs. Oh, Parappa the Rapper. I don't know where to put that one either. Would I consider that a party game? I don't want to make a whole separate thing just for music games. We don't really have enough of them. Well, theme park. Theme park. Where do I put theme park? Because it's like a simulation game. But this might be the only simulation game I have. I really hate to have one game categories. I like it to have at least two at a minimum. Tommy Tallarico was directly responsible for Aerosmith being a revolutionary. Pepsi Man could be in the same folder as The Simpsons and The Three Stooges. And what do we call that category? What do we call that? Wacky Zany? Put Parappa the Rapper in there too? Crazy Games? I want something that actually stands out and actually sounds good. Party games? Yeah. I kind of like putting Parappa the Rapper in party games. Kind of like that idea. Miscellaneous. Now Gex should go in platformers. I just forgot to put it. Oh, I didn't do it right again. I keep not doing things right. Or it's screwing up. Maybe I'm forgetting to click cut. That's what it is. I get so distracted. There we go. I'm trying to do this for myself and not so much official. Something that I like that's going to help me remember. Like, I kind of put Alien Trilogy in horror, even though it's technically a first-person shooter. With Doom, I put that in horror as well. But I think I'd remember it better there. And I guess that should go in sports, as well as other things that I forgot. I know there was another one. Space Jam is a basketball game. All right, we still have a lot more to do, but you know, we could do shooters, shmups, or whatever you want to call them. But things like Die Hard Trilogy. How about shmups and first-person shooters, or maybe action shooters? Maybe anything with a gun involved. Anything in your cornhole?
The gun is good.
The gun is good!
The penis is evil.
I mean, what if I just called the category exclamation mark gun? Yes. Yeah. Exclamation mark gun. Then technically, you know, the Alien game should be in there. Doom should be in there, but I don't know. These have guns, you know, Duke Nukem has guns. That's a shooter game. I forget what some of these are without looking them up again. Wasn't Lucifer Ring a shooter? Man, I forgot about some of these. Now I need explanation again. Some of these are. I guess I'll put Doom and Quake and Gun as well. Some of these I don't remember. Where they go? I think this was a shooter I saw. Gun. I think I should capitalize gun. It doesn't look good. Not capitalized. Yeah, Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's one. There's a few of these I didn't categorize correctly. I forgot to put them in the category when I did them. So some got skipped over. Wait, I did the cut. You saw me do the cut. Didn't I not do the cut? Maybe I didn't do the cut. Man, I gotta go rewatch to make sure that I'm doing these right. Before I did the cut. It's in the clipboard. Hell, I don't know. Vigilante 8, yeah. I was looking at that one too. So that should be go car and racing. Not that one. This one. King of Crusher. That was just us running around stomping things. I think I rented that Vigilante, or what was it called already? Vigilante 8? I remember renting it. I think I remember renting it. Or my friend rented it. It was one or the other. Where would I want to put stomping games? Technically not a platformer. We're just stomping things. We're not hurting anybody. We're just destroying property. Let's see. Oh, this is a puzzle game. That's for sure. Intelligent Cube is puzzle. And I believe... I guess I did it wrong again. Gosh, I can't do nothing right. .007 Racing, I do not. And I believe Harvest Moon will go in RPG. Because I guess it's part RPG, right? More like a simulation type thing, but I guess it's an RPG. Oops. Want me to get .007 Racing? I might have room for that too, but we'll see. .007 Racing. Alright, it's downloading. I'll add it later. Oh, it's his birthday today? He was just in the chat earlier, I think, wasn't he? Did I see him earlier for a second? Or am I imagining things? Well, let me go back through. Maybe not. Maybe not. It could be wrong. It could be wrong. No, I might be wrong. For some reason I thought I saw his name for a second, but I think I was just confusing it with someone else's name. Yeah. It's hard for me to concentrate as well. Okay, we're gonna put you know, LSD Dream Emulator. What would you call that? I don't know. And Monster Rancher. And that's like it is technically a fighting game because you're raising a monster and you're putting them into battle. It's kind of like, you know, a battle game. I guess I'll put it in fighting. I don't know if it belongs there, but we'll put it in fighting. It's technically more like a simulation, a life simulation, if anything. But I'll be right back. I got these